think I made my life too easy. And not that life was actually easy. I've still been, growing a business, handling bills, stress, all of that. But mentally, I think I was trying to build a life where I could avoid pressure as much as possible. And I was doing that because I was under such heavy pressure for so long, financially struggling, that it felt like I just needed a break. Work from home, have peace, freedom, not have to be anywhere, not have to answer to anyone, build the business to a point where life feels easier. And that sounded good. And that still is a part of my plan, but I think somewhere along that journey, I confused peace with comfort. I made a banger meal with my homemade halal style rice, homemade white sauce, and some ground turkey. Let's go. But back to the topic. I was realizing that the more that my life got comfortable, the more that everything just became It became just okay. I wasn't enjoying the things that I used to enjoy. It wasn't hitting the same. And I wasn't depressed. I've struggled a lot with depression in the past. And this was a different feeling. And I really couldn't figure out, why am I not enjoying doing the fun things that I used to enjoy? Why do I feel this way? And it wasn't until the last couple of weeks where life has been entirely different. We moved into a new place, a new home. And from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., I was go, go, go. A to-do list that would never end. I could never reach the end of it. I also started a ginormous $30,000 exterior painting commercial job. I've never done a commercial job at that size, and there's Hawkeyes watching down in every move. And so I've had to be there every day, running the crews, managing them, and that's something I don't typically do. Typically, I work from home on my laptop, running the business there, and I don't do that much work, to be honest. Life was pretty chill. Like I said before, I was trying to build a life of just freedom and optionality, and honestly, the least resistance now that I look at it. And it wasn't until these last couple of weeks of doing really hard things, being really stressed, being really overworked, if I'm being honest, I realized that I was starting to enjoy the small things and even stupid things like mowing the lawn. I was just enjoying. And for a minute I was like, why am I really valuing these small moments? Because I haven't felt this in a long time. And it was then that I realized, I connected the dots, that this is happening because life has been so hard. And the reason that I felt the way that I did before is that when life isn't hard, when there isn't much resistance, if you're not pushing yourself extremely hard, everything is gonna feel meh, because you have no true baseline. You have nothing to compare it to. As opposed to when you are doing really hard things, you understand what that feels like. And so when you do things that are peaceful, that are really enjoyable, you can truly understand those at a different level that you never could if you never did the hard things. Woke up bright and early, drove an hour to get a new project kicked off. It is an interior paint for a full renovation on a home, and then I had to drive another hour over to Central Florida to close out that huge commercial project we've been on. It's pretty much done, which is so exciting. I can finally start to prioritize some rest. Then I had to drive an hour back here. You saw me unloading some paint. And it's just been a pretty crazy day. And over the last couple of days since I filmed the first part of this video, I've been, just thinking more about this whole idea of, the difference between life being easy and being hard. And I think I've came to the conclusion that we as humans need resistance. We need hard things. And I don't want to make a life easy. I want to make a life meaningful. And I think that that's a shift in perception that I'm now going to be moving forward with. But I think the big difference is that I want a life where that pressure, where that hardship is chosen and not forced upon me. And I think that's the real freedom.